Hello everyone, I'm phoenixtremayne, and I am going to talk about Squid Game, the second half of the series. I think my first videos, episodes 1 through 4, and then this is going to be episodes 5 through 9. I just did a great slasher uh, review. Check that out. It's on Shudder. It's a series on Shudder. They have 4 seasons, and Squid Game was a surprise. It's real something I really enjoyed. It's actually #1 on Netflix at the time of this recording. Everybody I know that have seen it have been shocked and loved it at the same time. As I mentioned in my last video, it reminds me a lot of one of my all-time favorite movies, Battle Royale, which is what the Hunger Games wished it could be. Uh, Battle Royale came before Hunger Games. Hunger Games is the American version of Battle Royale that pales in comparison. Um, Squid Game is right along those lines. You get to see these people play these games. Where I left off, it was like the most intense a game of um, shoot tug of war. It was the most intense tug of war I've ever seen. And when I was in school, I love tug of war. I have really muscular legs or whatever. So I don't remember ever losing a game of tug of war. I just just dug in and just pulled. They all fell down. They didn't fall down to their deaths or nothing. But Squid Game is not for the lighthearted. I recommended this to one of my friends today, who said he's going to watch it tonight. I can't wait to see his reaction to it. Because he was like, "Do people really die in it?" I'm like, "Yes, people really die in it." Actually, 455 people died, plus a bunch of other people, because 456 players, it came down to 1. So they killed 455 people, and then some of the employees got killed. So, probably close to 475 people got killed in this season. I'm not going to go back and count. But this was a really nice, really intense series. I do feel like they dropped the ball at the end. I'm pretty angry. And this is spoilers, because if you're watching part 2 of me talking about Squid Game, then you're trying to see, what I thought about how it ended. The ending was ruined for me because someone in the comment section on a Facebook group I'm in had mentioned, the old guy. I liked him until the end when, he flipped. And then as I'm watching, I see that, he supposedly died, but he's the only person who they showed die off camera. So I said, "Oh, he's the mastermind." So unfortunately, I wish that I was like a lot of people that watch it and had that moment of epiphany of "Oh, the old guy's behind all of this." So what I thought was going to happen is the guy who survived all of the games, I thought he was going to become the new head of everything. I thought he was passing it on to him. But at the end, he got the money, which he didn't want to spend, after all those people died and everything. He did give, at least, I don't know if he gave all, but he gave some of the money to some of the survivors' family members. And then he was headed to LA to see his daughter, so I know he kept some money. And then he saw somebody playing the Squid Game, just getting slapped and slapped and slapped, trying to win some money. And so then, they're telling him, because they're clearly watching him, they're telling him, "Look, don't you come back here. You go ahead and get on that plane to be with your daughter." And then he's like, "No, I'm going to stop this." And so he turns around, and so begins what's clearly going to be season 2, where he's probably going to find himself just like in Escape Room 2, where they escaped in part one, and then in part two, they end up in a game all over again, trapped. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. He's going to track down where the Squid Game is happening. But now that the old guy is dead, who was like everything has to be fair. Now that probably the brother, there was a cop who was searching for what happened to his brother, and as I suspected, his brother was actually the henchman that was helping run the games, and he ended up getting killed by his brother, who, at least we think he got killed because he actually got shot in the shoulder and went in the water. So there is a chance they could bring the cop back, but his brother, who shot him, is basically running the games. So now that he's probably the one in charge, because I don't think I don't think anybody will be ahead of him. The games may not be as fair. So if he gets back, I think his name's Jihan. So if Jihan finds a way to get back to the game, I don't think they'll get a choice of leaving by majority rule or whatever. It may be season 2, new rules. When you're in, you're in. If you try to leave, you get killed. I think it'll be something like that because they're going to trap him in a game again. He had to go through it all over again. And that'll be season 2. I don't know if they'll conclude it or whatever they're going to do. But, yeah. That's what happened. And while I highly recommend the series, I didn't like the ending.